I am Doris, and I'm here to share with you about the recent market updates. Recently, due to the impact of rising energy prices and high inflation, strikes have been held in many industries in the UK. Strikes in various industries in the UK have intensified this month. Strikes by British rail workers during the peak period of traditional holiday travel have paralyzed the UK's rail traffic, affecting many people's travel. The British Railways, Maritime and Road Transport Union previously announced that the British railway workers will go on strike several times this month and next month. Only a small number of trains are still running on the British rail system. The cost of living crisis and pay disputes have sparked collective strike actions in many industries across the UK as inflation remains high and real wages shrink. In addition to railway employees, bus drivers, nurses, and airport baggage handlers have been implemented or planned to implement strikes in the UK this month. Large-scale strikes have paralyzed British railway traffic and airport transportation. In response to the strike, the British government have sent soldiers to fill some of the vacancies caused by the strike. In this regard, the British military stated that the army should not be regarded as a reserve force during the strike, and that it was slightly dangerous for the British government to send soldiers to fill the vacant positions of the strike. According to the German Rheinische Post on the 14th local time, Monika Schneider, a member of the German Economic Advisory Council, says that it is expected that the inflation in Germany may continue to remain high in the next 2 years. Inflation will become a problem not only in 2023, but also 2024, due to spillover effects from the Russia-Ukraine war, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and companies passing on higher costs to consumers. At the same time, Schneider also expressed concern about high electricity prices caused by the energy crisis. She suggested that the German government extend the service of life of the remaining 3 nuclear power plants by 2 to 3 years. According to the data released by German Federal Statistical Office this month, the inflation rate in Germany was 10.0% in November, remaining at double digits for the 3rd consecutive month. Elon Musk warns markets of risk of massive panic in US stocks. Tesla CEO Elon Musk warned against margin debt in the stock market, citing the risk of a massive panic in stocks as a possible recession looms. I would really advise people not to have margin debt in a volatile stock market, Musk said. From a crash standpoint, be contingency. In a down market, some pretty extreme things can happen. According to Economic Daily, this year, the annual net purchases of gold by the central banks of various countries have hit the highest record since statistics are available. Central banks of various countries vigorously purchase gold. On one hand, it will increase the physical demand for gold. On the other hand, it will strengthen investors' confidence in gold in terms of market expectations, which will help boost the price of gold. However, the core factors affecting the price trend of gold are still the development and changes of economy, geopolitics, inflation, and monetary policy. Since the beginning of this year, due to superimposed influence of repeated factors such as the COVID pandemic, the risk of global uncertainty has increased, and major risk assets have been negatively impacted. With its extremely resilient performance, gold continues to attract the attention and increase holdings of institutional investors, including central banks, sovereign funds, pension funds, etc. According to a report released by the World Gold Council in the 3rd quarter of this year, the net purchase of gold by central banks around the world was 399.3 tons, more than 4 times of that the same period last year, compared with 87.7 tons in the 1st quarter and 163 tons in the 2nd quarter. The net purchase of gold has gradually increased, and the accumulated net purchase in the first 3 quarters has exceeded the largest net purchase in a single year since statistics began in 1967. The increase in central bank holdings has also boosted total global demand for gold. The report shows that global gold demand in the third quarter of 2022 will reach 1,181 tons, a year-on-year increase of 28%. As of September this year, global gold demand has returned to pre-pandemic levels. Despite the obvious contraction in investment demand, consumer demand and central bank gold purchases have effectively improved the performance of gold. Coincidentally, in October this year, Messi united with a group of venture capital leaders to establish a private equity investment company in Silicon Valley, USA, Playtime, which invests in startup companies at all stages of the football industry. There were a lot of speculation at the time that Messi was preparing for a career after retirement. Before the start of this World Cup, Messi once said that this would be the last World Cup he participated in. After all, he is 35 years old this year. According to a statement from Messi Group, Playtime invests in startups at all stages, and the fund will also help founders of startups to establish football technology companies or invest in football teams. At the same time, Playtime will also consider taking stakes in sport teams and investing in soccer technology. It can be seen that Playtime has gathered many venture capital professionals. The CEO is Razmiko Kovakimian, a partner from venture capital firm Graph Ventures, and Michael Marquez, founding partner of investment bank Code Advisors LLC, which will also serve as special advisor to the firm. Playtime reveals that the company had incubated a football startup called Matchday. This is a platform mainly engaged in the development of football games and interactive websites, with services such as live broadcast of football games, sale of cards, and other peripherals. According to the official website, the Matchday team is formed by serial founders and video game veterans around the world. They will provide fans with an interactive online platform to communicate with the greatest football player in the world, and are committed to developing for 5 billion football fans. New game category. In addition, Playtime has also made a seed round investment. AC Momento, a football collectible platform. The company's main business include auctioning jerseys for matches from clubs and players, and it is also a football spin-off. Thank you for listening. That's all I have for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you next episode.